Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L, and today, let's talk Overlord. I didn't realize that, episode 1 came back. Wow. And this is technically the first video of 2018 on the channel, so for everyone that's watching, thanks for watching, and Happy New Year. I think on my time I'm 3 days late, but whatever. Cool. Yeah, Overlord Season 2 started back up. It's the season of anime going in now. Alright, so the way this is going to work, this is an old format I had on the channel. It's just top moment format. It's just an easy way to structure the video. And yeah, just an easy way to talk about the stuff and talk about what I really enjoyed. First thing to note though for this episode is this is the first episode. It is a hard reintroduction episode. Viewers will be happy to know, however, according to the source material, or not the source material, but at least from the manga adaptation, I went through and I just reread just to get myself a bit refreshed with the material. The reintroduction scenes that we got in this episode were also in sequence mostly with the manga. So in terms of an adaptation, this is a pretty good way of using what light volumes tend to do. Whenever you start a new volume in a light novel, usually they will spend like a little bit just reintroducing the characters to the readers, just to let them know, okay, you know, just a quick recap. And that's pretty much what you get with this episode, aside from the very beginning, which we'll talk about. Anyway, because of that, on an adaptation standpoint, because this is all material that's happening in the novel and the manga, the way that the studio crafted it together, because I do think some of the sequences or some of the scenes happened out of sequence, at least compared to the manga. Because of that, the way they handled it, I think they did a really good job. Episode 1 is a reintroduction, a very chill reintroduction, and also a setup for what we're actually going to get with the rest of the season. So again, on the points of a adaptation, I think it's doing really well. This is par for the course. This is exactly how the story should be going right now. So if anyone felt that it wasn't too exciting, just know it's a light novel. Because of that, it's playing hard light novel rules, and that goes into the slow starts, big finishes. But they're pretty common with light novels. Alright, top 3 moments. Usually this would be a top 5 moment or top 10 moment, depending on how long an episode is. But because this is a reintroduction episode, the highlights are realistically tuned down. So let's look at it. Top moment number 1, the new characters at the very beginning, the new girl and the guy that were just talking. So that part is actually, from what I read from the manga at least, is the out of sequence part. That part is there just to tell viewers where we're going after the arc we're about to enter. Because if you look at the comments of people who are watching these things, they know what they're talking about. They know those characters are for a future arc called the Kingdom arc. So what we ultimately got with those characters is that they're being introduced there because they're going to be important in this season. That's just a good indicator for anyone who's aware of the source material, and it's just there to get you excited. That said, I really like the moment. I really like the girl in particular. I'm not gonna lie. The moment that she said something about impregnation, I was like, all right, this is it. This is what I'm here for. It's real life like this, guys. Real life. Oh man. But yeah, no, that definitely left an impression on me. I like the character a lot. One thing I did enjoy between that, in that first introduction, is that when you look at the way that the characters are talking about our main group, the Overlord group, you start with, I guess, the ones at the very beginning are kinda neutral-ish, like they're not so bad. Then the dragon scene's a bit more, alright, this guy's not liking it. And then you have the humans who are relatively thankful of manga. And in that sense, I like the contrast. Those scenes are linked not only by reintroducing us into the world, they are linked by the contrast of how people feel about our central character. I really enjoy that. It's just a thematic thing, but it works out really well. My second top moment was the not so secret report with Albedo. It's great to see her again. This scene serves us just to remind us of how things work, and the anime did go a step further to remind us why Albedo is so devoted to manga, that being that he adjusted her character settings at the very beginning of the show. So again, a really good reintroduction scene. The anime bolstered it a little bit with the flashback. I like it. It works out well. Like, it reestablishes, one, this girl is crazy about our guy due to unstable character description edit. And 2, it reminds us that the Overlord is not really an Overlord. Remember, this is technically an isekai type show. This is technically a I got stuck in a video game type show. There is a human mind behind it, and it is just there to remind us, oh yeah, like this guy has normal human sensibilities. Although one of the interesting aspects of the character is that his outer appearance is affecting his mentality to some degree. That said, I like that sequence. Again, a solid reintroduction sequence just to tell us what these characters are about, and through Albedo, we get the whole full recap of what other characters are doing. That was all good. But again, just a recap of just telling us what they're doing. There were some funny scenes thrown in there with Shaltir, but overall, pretty simple. It was good to see Albedo again though, and it was good to see Cocytus again. And finally, my last thought moment, just really when the Lizardmen show up at the end. The Lizardmen are going to be the central figures of this arc. So I'm pretty excited to see them. And with the Lizardmen, I'm really happy how they executed on them for this one, because one of the big things here is going to be the humanization of the Lizardmen. And when you look at the comments, at least the comments from the video I was watching, people were already feeling bad for the Lizardmen because they show human-like traits. They show that they care for each other. They show that they care about their children. That little line of them telling the kids to go hide inside the houses, you know, it is telling. It's little things like that, right? Overlord's big challenge for this upcoming arc is going to be whether or not they can make those Lizardmen really matter to the viewers, because we're supposed to feel it when the Lizardmen get hurt. They are going to be central characters, so seeing, or you know, I hope that the anime is going to execute really well on selling us on the Lizardmen. Like, I want to feel bad when I see the Overlord destroying everything, destroying the Lizardmen's way of life. All right, I want to feel it. All right, but yeah, overall, it's a pretty simple episode. A nice, solid reintroduction episode. Good to be back. I'm not sure if I'll be covering this fully because my schedule usually gets crazy halfway through the season, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around. Let's hope this is going to be a good season of Overlord. It probably will be. It's a pretty solid manga in general. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I have read the light novel. Although I'm pretty sure translations I stopped at were like really a while ago. I did catch up with the manga again. If you want to catch up and just remind yourself what's going on in Overlord, I do recommend, if you don't want to watch the 12 episodes, there are 2 compilation movies that you could watch. But again, that's like 4 hours. But the manga for this, you can get caught up at around chapter 15, I believe. That's only like maybe 2 hours tops if you're a slow reader. So that's an option. The manga is a very easy and straightforward way of just getting caught up again with the lore of Overlord if you need it. Anyway, guys, let's end it there. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I hope you have a great day.